In a war of words, it's often not about who speaks the loudest, it's about who understands the most. One roars in anger, and the other stands silent, but within that silence lies the answer. That day, exactly this happened. A single question shattered everything. It was a moment that those present would never forget. Barack Obama and Donald Trump, two names forever marked as opposing forces in the history of American politics. The room was filled with power, glittering chandeliers, polished suits, the flash of cameras, and air thick with expectation. Everyone knew something extraordinary was about to happen. Obama stepped onto the stage. His walk carried the familiar simplicity that defined him, yet every step had firmness, every pause, confidence. He began to speak. His voice carried no pretense, only truth and the depth of experience. Leadership, he said, is about responsibility, not just about speaking, but about listening. It's not a game of showing power, it's a test of making the right decisions. There was a strange stillness in his words, the kind that speaks louder than shouting. He didn't rush. He didn't rely on theatrics. Every word was chosen with precision, like a surgeon's scalpel. When he stopped, the entire room broke into applause, not wild, not performative, but a respectful, acknowledging applause. But then, the air began to change. From the back of the room came a different kind of energy, restless, defiant, self-assured. Donald Trump stood up. His walk carried that same aggression he was known for, as if the stage were a battlefield and every word a weapon. He began to speak. Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize. For what? For doing nothing. He ruined our country. He did nothing but talk. His words were sharp and cutting, but lacked precision. He was attacking, wounding, but losing direction. Obama sat still, no blinking, no smile. His face was carved in stone, yet his eyes said it all. I'm listening. The room grew tense. Some smiled, some looked shocked, others simply waited to see how Obama would respond. Trump's voice grew louder. He wasn't a good president. He was asleep. He made America weak. With every line, the air became heavier. Obama remained still, like a lion not rushing the hunt, but waiting for the right moment. Then suddenly, at the peak of Trump's verbal assault, Obama rose slowly. His calm presence filled the entire room. He said, "You've spoken with great certainty, Mr. Trump. But there's a difference between confidence and truth." Silence fell over the room. Obama's words hung in the air, not heavy, not light, but deep enough to pierce through. Then, with a steady and composed voice, he said, "The public deserves assurance that democracy is safe. We have investigated, there was no tampering. The votes were counted correctly. The process was fair. There is no evidence that the machines were interfered with. You don't need to worry. But you do need to take responsibility." His voice carried the steadiness of a mountain, unmoving, unbreakable. And then, as if someone had shifted the direction of the wind, Obama asked a question that changed everything. "Mr. Trump, do you still share a bed with Vivanta?" The room froze. People looked at each other. Cameras stopped. Breaths halted. The question wasn't just a personal jab, it exposed the contradictions, the hypocrisy, the cracks in Trump's own past statements. Trump stumbled. His face flushed red, his hands trembled. The confidence that moments ago had roared through the room now shrank into silence. He tried to speak, but his words came out broken, defensive, and angry. Obama stood still, calm, composed, exact. The room was now entirely under his control. His calm resonated, while Trump's voice became nothing but noise. Trump tried again. That's an inappropriate question, that's unfair. But no one cared. Obama smiled slightly and said, "If you serve it, you have to eat it." That sentence etched itself into history. The room erupted in applause, not just because it was a comeback, but because it was justice. Obama had shown his power not through volume, but through restraint. He had proven that true leadership lies not in aggression, but in control. After that moment, Trump's voice lost its weight. The microphone was still on, but its power was gone. The cameras turned toward Obama, who simply returned to his seat, without triumph, as if nothing had happened. Even after the microphones were turned off, that one line lingered in the air. "If you serve it, you have to eat it." That night was more than just a clash between two leaders. It was a lesson, a moment where calm intelligence defeated blind fury. Obama showed that real strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it's hidden in the silence that forces a storm to stop. Thanks for watching video, and like the video and subscribe to the channel.